Howdy, folks. Welcome back to another Behind the Investigation with Pasadena Paranormal. I'm Jared.
And Brent.
Happy Friday. Um, Ed's not with us tonight. Ed is in Delaware enjoying somebody's birthday and his. Jackie is also watching her shows. So we're going to, me and Brent are going to hold it down.
Yeah.
Enjoying somebody's birthday.
That
We got to keep
go.
So, how is everything tonight, Brent?
It's good. Speaking of
Nub.
birthdays, I'm gonna do a shout out to my mama. Today's her birthday.
Indeed. What's up, Nubs? Happy birthday to Miss Terry. She's a very good woman.
Yes, she is.
I've known Miss Terry for a long time. She's she loves Jesus.
Oh, you're darn right. Mama love Jesus.
Yes, she does. Kendrick, what's up, brother?
Yeah,
How's
Nubs.
Florida Steve. Nubs, what's up, bro? Also, we'd like to say some things about Robert of Spectral Researchers. Randy, what's up, brother? Crow, what's up?
How are you, Randy?
How are you? So Robert of Spectral Researchers, real paranormal investigator. I don't want to go into too much details, but I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with Robert, and we're praying for you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Okay?
You and Deb. Whole family. Whole family. It's
Our sister Debbie also. I know she's going through the emotions with it, and Deb, we're right here beside you too, sis. So we pray for Robert. Anybody that follows this team knows we're good Christian folks. I mean, we do have our vices, but so does everybody. There's only one perfect person, right? So today we're going to be talking about some things that happened at the Rising Sun. Faja, I wasn't able to thank you for your super chat the other day, but I do want to thank you. I seen it come through.
Yeah.
I want to thank you. Like I said before, we don't want anything like that, and it's hard for us to say thanks for that. But I do want to say thank you as a man and a person, because you did it, and that's just how I am.
Thank you.
Brent's out there chilling in his back porch in South Carolina. That back,
it's good. Actually a nice night out. We got the bug screen, so them bugs are getting in. Hopefully there's no sirens that get too loud or anything, or big trucks going by. So if it gets loud, let me know. I'll mute it.
So a couple weeks ago, we had a investigation. It was just me and Brent. It was old school Pasadena Paranormal investigators. Anybody that has followed us from back in the day, that was the old name, Pasadena Paranormal Investigators. It was just me and Brent.
Yep.
And we got to do that again on the 27th, and it was very cool. And we said on one live that our contacts, point of contacts out there, we let them conduct their own investigation, and they sent us their audio files, and we got a video cat ball interaction. We're going to share that with you as well. I made a new thing today, and we'll get into this in a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool.
You see these being bought for $75 to $80 a piece sometimes. We'll get into this in a little bit. It's okay, Foster. Thanks for coming in, bro.
Yeah.
Be safe out there. Be safe. Yeah. Definitely don't want anything happen to Foster. Of course, I think if an accident would happen, the car would bounce off Foster.
That's true. Man of Steel.
Man of Steel there. So there's some things that I'd like to plug also coming up. Oh my goodness, Father.
Faja,
God,
bro.
hey, come on now.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up, brother? Faja.
Hey, Steve.
That's it. We're coming up. We're coming up. We're coming up to Wisconsin, and I'm buying you. I'm buying you a Labatt's. What do you drink, Father? You drink Labatt's? I tried to get some to celebrate that Buffalo Bills win last night, but I couldn't find any. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. There's some things I want to plug coming up. Um, we have October 1st. This is something I'm really looking forward to. We have a town hall with the townsfolk of Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
I know you like Labatt, Steve. Labatt's are good, right? So we got a town hall in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, with the townsfolk of Carlisle because they know that their Oddfellows Hall is haunted. However, they want to know how haunted.
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, what? And like, yeah. I'm willing to bet they know more than just Oddfellows is haunted, or they have the inkling. So,
mm-hmm.
yeah, this is definitely what we're looking at.
I have the inkling as well. I have an inkling that I like the blue, Steve. Labatt blue. So, yeah, I have an inkling that there's a lot of things in that town that's haunted.
Me too.
And I can't wait. I can't wait for next week. Next week we'll be live. There'll be no BTI next week. But we will be live on investigation from the 2 Mile House.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. Again, Carlisle.
Carlisle, Pennsylvania, formerly known as Gibbons Tavern from 1753. Again, we're going to a tavern from 1753, much like RSI.
And again, this is a place that has never been investigated, right? Yeah. So
anybody, anybody that's followed us for a long time since we started this channel, we say it all the time. We're not gonna, we don't do the big locations. We find our own places, and we like the smaller hidden gems because there's not. If we do Trans Allegheny or something like that,
there's nothing new. Nothing.
What are we going to provide that somebody, the 3 other people that did that investigation earlier that week, what are we going to provide that they already haven't?
Yeah, and it makes me feel like if we go to somewhere like that, it's like kind of one of those situations. Like, are you just trying to prove that someone else found is was real? And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in that situation. We want to just focus on what we get. I just like new locations. Again, we can watch stuff on all those places.
Mm-hmm.
But these other locations, especially ones that
gone
into.
And I think us as a group is in our zone when we go to a new place. I think it fits us more to go into a new place and build a bridge of communication.
That's another thing is there's nothing tainted, so it's not like there's a bad any bad blood with anybody or anything that's already been there. And then another thing I like about it is we have our sensitive Ed, and he likes it the same way. Go in untainted. He has no information, and he can just clearly see and feel what he needs to. And it's just I like the way we do that.
Me too. It's a well-oiled machine. Steve, I'll definitely share you out, brother. Yeah. Greenville Manor.
Historical.
I'll be looking for that link. I'll share you out. I'll hop in and say what's up. Us real paranormal folks need to support each other, and I'll be there. I might not be there all night, but I'll stop in for a little bit.
Oh, you know I'll jump in too. Gotcha.
And then Monday morning, I'll probably just throw it on the work computer and let it roll so you get all those.
Yeah, I do a lot of that too.
Oh, me too, Steve. That's one of the. Hey, Bluegrass, what's up there? In Bluegrass, are you from Tennessee? I got a question. Are you from Kentucky? Which one of those? It's got to be one of them with a name like Bluegrass. I know there's Kentucky Bluegrass, but I think that runs into Tennessee too. So let me know what state you're from. But yeah, 2 Mile House next week, 9:00 or 9:30. I can't remember. Do you remember what it's set for? I think it's set for 9:00. But
I don't pay attention. I just show up.
That'll be a full team event. Jackie. I know, right? All right, I'll say 3 Souls and Kindred from now on, Steve. I mean, of me, Jackie, Brent, Ed, and Desiree will. We are Kentucky. All right, cool. What part of Kentucky?
You like bourbon?
I guarantee you they like bourbon.
Yeah, so do I.
But yeah, that should be good. That live's gonna. I'm gonna walk you around. I'm gonna walk you around for a little bit, and then we'll get into some cat ball and flashlight interaction and see if we can get some spirit box later on. But I don't like doing long lives on investigations because I feel like that takes away from the investigation.
Yeah, and it's hard to not pay attention to like you guys. It's like it's hard to not want to check and see what everybody's saying and so forth. So
yeah,
that attention part. I agree.
So I think 30 minutes. 30 minutes is good. Show you a little around the house, get into some paranormal investigation.
And this is. Have you been there? You haven't walked through it yet, have you? Have you done a walkthrough? Yeah, I didn't think so. So this will also be our first time as not just as a team, but even individually.
This is truly testing the Jared gut theory right
here. Yeah. And I mean, our contact actually presented this one ahead of time, right? Like he's like, he had his wiggy about it, right? Or no, you were like, hey, I want that
Oddfellows Hall to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I want to do the Oddfellows Hall, but I really want to do 2 Mile House. Something was telling. It's like 2 Mile House was doing this to me.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Jared, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, you gotta be careful driving with Jared through historical areas. He'll be like this. He's driving. He'll be like, "Well, check that out." And I'm like, "Go, dude. Okay, yeah. You look that way. I'll look at it."
That one right there. It's that one right there. We got to go there.
Well, we got to go there. I'm like, okay. Let's just get there safely. Hold on.
Oh crap. So, yeah, today at work, all right, folks. Everybody's heard of an EM pump, correct? Does anybody have EM pumps? And if you have an EM pump, can you tell me how much you paid for it? So, EM pumps, the theory of an EM pump is to pump more electromagnetic energy into the immediate area. Bourbon and Coke. Bluegrass. I'm surprised Brent doesn't have any.
Yeah, it's now I'm like wanting it because you're talking about it, and it's right in there. I got some Mitcher's small batch Kentucky bourbon. That's that recipe from like what? I don't even know. Before the Revolutionary War. It's one of my favorites.
So Kendrick, you know what one is, all right? Today at work at the day job, today it was $70 a couple years ago. All right, Steve, look at this. Watch this. All right. Today at work, I was assigned to start throwing away some old equipment. Me and Brent have worked in physical security, electronic security our entire lives. This right here See this? This right here is a server rack fan. You mount it on the wall, and it blows cold air on the server. So I was like, hold on a second here. I'm not throwing these away. I'm taking these home, and I'm going to make something of it. So I made a little adjustment right here. There was a 3-wire connection. I made it a 2-wire connection. Hooked it into here, and I have now 2 9-volt batteries
in parallel
to this 2-wire connection. So when I turn this sucker on, you can hear it. The fan's running. But when I turn this sucker on now, guess what? Now it's an EM pump.
So it creates an electromagnetic field. And I mean, we showed that with, we showed, for the past few weeks, I've been showing just, a regular fan kicks off. The fan I have, that's AC voltage. I mean, that thing kicks off over 200 milligauss electromagnetic field. We're going to measure that one. I got a more accurate gauge that'll tell us how many milligauss it's putting out.
Ain't that cool, Joe? You know what I'm saying? Like, this little thing right here, they were going to throw this away. I got 4 of them. I brought home 4 of them. I bought some more of these today. I got 8 more of these coming.
The little battery, the little boxes, which they're cheap on Amazon.
And what I'm thinking about doing, I think when we go to do solo EVP sessions, take yourself your own personal little EM pump, set it off in the corner right there, let it go, and maybe that's throwing a little bit more EMF into the air for you to manipulate.
Environment. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Sue, what's up, Sue? Christy D, how are you? Yeah, so I try. I mean, again, Steve, 3 Souls, the work that we do in this field, the work that we do, right, make paranormal great again. The work that we do should try to help the field. So little things like this is getting the right tools in people's hands at a cheaper price or maybe free.
Yeah, and another thing is, the EM pumps typically you buy. I don't know if anybody's opened theirs up, and I can't speak for all of them. Hold on. I told you, big truck. I knew it. That's not a truck.
All right, Randy.
Car.
Good weekend, brother.
We've seen a few back in the day, and typically it's just a motor, a small little motor, on DC voltage with a magnet that's spinning around. And it's just a static electromagnetic field, but it's spinning. So you're able to see a change in it. Mm-hmm. And of course, when you pass your K2 meter over, it spikes. But if you just had that magnet sitting still and pass your K2 meter over it, it's going to spike.
Exactly.
It's a weak electromagnetic field. The one you have there should be producing a stronger electromagnetic field.
Oh yeah, it's definitely producing a nice one.
So it's got a coil in there. It should have a coil in it that's pretty decent.
Because I'm pretty, it's a decent one.
Yeah.
It's a decent, nice little field.
I mean, if they can use it or whether they can use it or not, I think it's still debatable. No one really knows. But hey, see if it improves anything.
Exactly. It's always good to test theories. We got our Pasadena Paranormal handheld setups, which we didn't elaborate on that the other day, did we?
Which part? What?
The disembodied voice that you picked up.
No, I thought we were gonna hold on to that. We didn't share. We didn't share it with everybody.
No, we didn't. So again, on this investigation that we're going to share an EVP with you and some cat ball interaction that we got from our contact. So if you, we have handhelds, right? IR handhelds. They have a IR light on top and a microphone which runs into the camera, and then you can take an earpiece into your ear. The theory is you'll be able to hear real-time EVP because it's going through the microphone into your ear. And I'll be damned if it didn't work on the 27th.
Yeah, to the point where it got me.
Clear as day. Like, and I heard it with my ear. Brent heard it with the earpiece, and we were able to capture it on the camera as well.
Did both cameras capture it?
I didn't check the other one.
Okay, because that time that we had two cameras in there.
If you remember me, I said I feel like it came over from that way. It would have been behind that camera, so
it would have been behind it. And I was, with that ear. That's the only bad thing about having those earbuds in.
Oh,
with the only bad thing about having the earbuds in with that microphone is you lose all real concept of how far, like depth for sound.
Yep.
Because I mean, Jared can be on the other side of the room doing this, and you hear that. But when someone's talking or whispering, you're like, all right, I don't know where it's coming from because it seems like it's emanating everywhere. So for a $20 microphone, right? It was $25. I don't think it's that expensive.
Yeah, it was $20 somewhere around
$20. I mean, that thing is slick.
Huh? So Christy said her dial had an EMF of 45. That's a huge.
The dial EMF was 45 milligauss.
Yeah, that's a decent amount right there.
Moved it a foot, and it was.
I mean, if you look at
all right,
if you look at a K2, the K2 says
I think it's a 20 plus. So that's kind of the kicker. You really don't know what it's at because 20 plus just means anything over 20.
I mean, the red light on a K2 is 20 and over. So
yeah,
that's a pretty good spike there.
Oh, I agree, Bluegrass. Oh, my man. Love me a bonfire.
Yeah, so we were able to capture that, and now we're gonna share. I'm gonna pull this one up, Brent. So, actually, let me lead into this a little bit.
Lead us.
Saturday the 27th, me and Brent were in the basement, and we were getting a lot of cat ball interaction. And our point of contact out there at the Rising Sun Inn asked if they could borrow one of the cat balls that we had so they could talk to Abigail. Now, Abigail is a known spirit of the house before we got there.
Yep.
And now that we've been there, she's even more known because we've got some information on her. She's 24 years old. There's theories on who she's from.
Yeah, what family?
Mm-hmm. What family? But we were able to document Abigail, and now here's our point of contacts trying to communicate with Abigail as well.
Abigail, can you turn the cat ball in the chair back on if you're still over here? I know it's a little hard to turn on. It takes a lot of energy. But could you turn the cat ball back on to let us know that you're still here in the room with us?
Nope.
Thank you, Abigail. We appreciate it.
I love how you see her. Her camera jostles a little bit. She's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Watch this directness. Watch the directness of this one.
You can turn the cat ball back off now if you'd like. If you just stop touching it, it'll go off on its own.
Boop.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. Although it is very cool looking, it could have been coincidence with the timing. If the cat ball will, if I touch it, it will go off for a certain time. But the fact that it came on period is very interesting. It is very interesting. And that wasn't a rocking chair. That's a stationary chair.
Yep.
No one was moving around on that floor. I will say, if they were up there stomping, if you went up there next to that one, you may be able to make that floor move. But I know that we were sitting right down.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
It's pretty cool. I was very impressed. And the fact that we got the capo going off downstairs
again.
In the same. This is the only location that I've been to where I've seen the cat ball actually get interacted with. I know you guys did Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
You guys got interaction there, but this is the only location I've been to where we have had that. I think you and I talked that we're going to stop calling it a cat ball.
We're going to start calling it the ghost ball
or the light ball. Can you touch this light ball, this ball, and make it light up, and just stop calling it a cat ball?
Mm-hmm. So that was very interesting. They also did. They borrowed my ghost box version.
Yeah.
They did a ghost box session and they got some responses.
Well, what's interesting is, all right, so I'm going to share here in a minute a clip. Now I have listened to everything they sent us.
I know you
did. And I didn't really hear anything coming through the ghost box, honestly. I could hear stuff. I heard stuff at one point, but it actually wasn't from their ghost box. It was actually from ours. I couldn't understand it, but I could hear it. I was like, well, that's actually saying something. And it's interesting because they were astute enough. Now, they're not investigators. They've never done anything like this, but they were astute enough to call out things. And I loved that about them. They got into this, not with our direction. They just naturally, the flow of their conversation, how they spoke to the spirits, and what they called out was very interesting because I think it was Chris actually says that's their box. Like she actually says that's their box talking in the other room.
Yep.
And had she not said that, I would have been like, "Is this an EVP?" Because it didn't. You could tell it wasn't coming from their ghost box. It wasn't coming from the one they had. It sounded more distant and almost like in the And had she not called that out, it may have got me. So very cool that they were talking about it.
How are you? The Awoken one.
Awoken, dude. All right, Awoken. You need to join Nugget and I. Nugget said it the other day. So Awoken one is on coming in Nuggets videos, and my man's got some knowledge that is
there you go,
helpful. So
very interesting.
Yeah, if you want your brain to melt, if you want to get into a brain mind melting conversation about physics and stuff and how all this is actually probably working.
Yeah,
he's another one of he's one like me. So yeah, definitely come on in.
What's up, Dan
Tex?
How's things out in Washington?
All right, so do you want me to? Are you ready for me to share this?
You can, you go ahead. You can share.
All right, so I'm gonna
hold on. Let me remove this one. Oh, fuck! Stop sharing. Windy, very windy in Spokane, Washington, huh? Do you want me to remove this or?
Well, just let me know when you pull this up. Actually, I'll be watching my phone.
Up, brother. It's up.
All right, so I'm gonna play this through ABS here. This is
our video editing software.
Yeah, editing software, and this is actually an audio file. This is not a video file, so I just threw this up just as a kind of something for it to play on. I'm not seeing it yet. Is it up there?
It's up there, dude.
Are you seeing it?
I'm
just seeing a black screen. When I look at the phone.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a black screen.
Did
you try share window?
All right, hold on. Yeah, that's what I am. StreamYard is sharing a window. All right, let me try this again. I wonder if it's not able to. It doesn't make sense that it wouldn't be able to share that. Share screen.
How far are we from Salem, Oregon? We're across the country. Yeah, we're on the East Coast, Christy. Uh, yeah, Maryland, South Carolina, things of that nature.
All right, I'm gonna open this up again, and maybe it just timed out. It's just not seeing that window. So hold on one second. Let me open this back up. All right, let me try this again. Window, share this. No, it still looks like it's not popping up.
You got it on ABS, right? Did you save the file?
No, I did not export it.
Ooh, that might be the problem.
Well, yeah, because I figured it would just. All right, that's gonna suck. So I won't be able to do that.
Right. No
I'll
worries.
tell you what, give me a minute. Well, let's just talk for a minute, and I'll go ahead and just
Yep.
produce that one little section, and it'll be fine.
Okay. So we had a premiere Wednesday. I would like, if you have not seen the premiere, to check that premiere out because there's some very important things that go along with episode 1 of our investigation series. We were getting responses from the spirit box that said, look out back. It's out back. We were getting responses on the Echo Vox saying southwest, 30 steps this way.
Yeah.
Things of that nature was coming through. Like, if you, yep, awoken, you're definitely a mod, brother. I give everybody a mod in here. We're all family. You're coming in here and you're supporting your family, and I appreciate you coming in. But the Echovox was saying some very cool things like 30 steps this way, southwest,
Yeah,
outback, buried, fence line, things of that nature were coming through. So if you haven't seen that premiere, we don't know a map. It said a map.
Yep.
Like, what are we looking for? And you know, if you watched episode 1, what we were looking for is a compass. They're looking for the compass, and I don't know what the compass is.
Yep.
I don't know if we're the compass and we're trying to direct them to somewhere.
Yep. That is an interesting theory.
That situation right there, it's telling us that something's buried out back, and it leads me to believe that something that's buried out back is something that's very important to the folks of the Benson Hammond house.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've been looking for that answer for a minute now. I will say, with all the stuff, you know, it's one thing about getting a bunch of locations is, you know, you tend to not go back to every location as often. You know, back in the day, we had, you know, immediate access all the time to Benson Hammond, just like Von Paris, and we were there all the time, constantly going there, and
test things out. We get a new piece of equipment, we'd go test it out. It was very good. You know, I hear people saying, "Don't give that secret." I know people saying that you know, I don't want to go back to this place. We've been there 3 or 4 times. I've heard this before.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be your thought on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying, I guess it depends on your agenda, right? If you're just trying to prove that somewhere is active and you've accomplished that and you have no further desire, then I get it. You know, how are we going back there? If you're doing for content for a channel and that's your sole goal, then I can understand, people are getting bored with this. They're probably not going to see it again. But if you're going there to actually make a connection, and a relationship and building a bridge of communication and working through that, and now actually being able to help someone on the other side, then there is reason to go there.
Further your research.
And further your again, yeah. So if you know this is what we've gotten, this is the type of communication we've gotten from this location, and you got a new widget, what better place to go test it out than somewhere where you're aware of the environment, you're aware of how they interact, you're aware of what kind of responses you get, and test to see if you continue in that fashion.
Exactly. When you go back to a location, you can move forward from where you were before. When you start back over,
again, it takes, so you may not, so again, so like if you're going back to a location consistently and it's in a positive communication going on, or they want to talk or communicate, then your chances are you're going to get more and more evidence or documentation of what you're finding, so your chances are better by going somewhere multiple times. But because we've established more and more locations, we actually haven't been back there. Ed goes there more often than we do, doesn't he?
Well, we'll be back in December, I think.
Yeah, you guys are going? All right, good.
Yeah, I'd like to stop by in December and see what's going on.
Good.
Just check on the folks. We got a very good time with the folks there, and I just want to make sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah. And there's been some concerns that there may be some uncomfortable spirits there for some reason.
Exactly. And if there is, I want to know who it is.
Yeah, I know. I do have that video. It's ready to go if you want me to jump back into that.
Sure. Hold on. Where's Ed? Ed is in Delaware in the beaches area, celebrating a friend's birthday, which is tonight, and his own birthday, which I think is Sunday. Isn't that what he said? I think Ed was. I think he
said that. Yep.
Ed, the All-American Patriot, first guy working at Gitmo, his birthday September 11th. What do you think? So, all right, let's go ahead and share that.
All right, let's see if it works this time, right?
Let's hope it works, folks.
All right, now I see it at least in the window, so.
Oh man, there you go.
All right, so let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
All right, so I did mark the EVP that I hear. I'm gonna play this whole way through, and then I'll just replay the section with the EVP. This is only 50 seconds long total. So here we go. And again, this is the docents.
Yes,
the two docents there. Jared and I were off in another location of the home, and they were conducting their own investigation. So they had the spirit box going, the ghost box, but I don't think this is from the ghost box. So let's listen to what they say. And Jared, I just want to make sure I can play this. They do say their names. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary and I would really like to make a connection with whoever is in the room with us. As you know, Mary and I are here like all the time, taking care of your home. We hope you approve. We hope you approve.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I do. Holy crap, that's a good one.
It's like, dang, it sounds like a woman.
It takes me back. Hold on a second. Let me go somewhere real quick.
You may stop sharing?
No, hold on. I left already. All right, so folks, remember that voice right here. Hold on a second. I want to show you something as well from. Let me see if I can do this right now. Okay, let me see. Where are we at? Where are we at? Come on, you piece of crap. All right. So.
And again, that didn't sound like it was coming. It didn't echo at all.
No,
So it wasn't.
that's why I want to do this right now because, let me go down here. I'm sorry, but this get back up here. You know, I run that damn Facebook page. You think it would be better?
Yeah, go get them.
All right. So, let me share. Listen, remember that voice. Remember that voice. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this out now. Shit. Hold on. Sorry.
Jackie's here too. He's a friend as well. We're here to help. Your house. Where you stay. Here to help. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So, you know, like both of those, we were talking about helping the house. You know, we
yeah, that was us talking about it and them on their own talking about it.
Chris and Mary are talking about, hey, we're here to. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's one of my favorite. I love that. That's like the ham house there.
Oh, watch me on this crap right here.
I love this.
Tell me what I'm looking at. It's very low. Very. Can you say that louder, please?
Hold on, here we go.
What am I touching?
Spinning wheel.
I don't know why that just showed up. I posted that one today on Facebook, but
I heard a penny and wheel.
Ed called it out.
Yep.
My goodness. Come back.
Very low.
Dude, that whole there's so much. This is where Tempest is first said in this investigation.
Listen to the second spinning wheel. Spinning.
Spinning wheel.
So clear.
It was broken, but I heard it.
The wheel is there. Can you put it together?
I heard a penny and wheel.
Can you put it together and say the word?
Did you spill your beer?
It was the empty one. There was a little bit in it. The cats
What was
just
that?
decided to come and rub up against the cord.
To the three homes from the Timber Ridge era, coming back to the Benson Hammond house. So,
Y'all say he was farting. It don't look like a fart. He was dropping something else. That was awesome. I love it.
that was me. That was me losing it because I touched the spinning wheel and I heard with my ears through the echo box spinning wheel. And I was
But I know the second one may sound clearer, which is interesting because it's actually through the phoneme portion of the echo box, which shouldn't happen. Period. Anyways, the first one is in the echo with no phoneme triggers. It was just captured, so it had to be captured by the microphone and then played through the speaker. So that's what gets me about that one. That's an EVP. It's a live EVP.
We talked about EchoVox before, and the function of EchoVox is a recirculating echo loop, basically, in through the speaker, out through the microphone. Right?
Vice versa. Into the microphone, out through the speaker, and then boom, constantly picking it up.
Creating a constant cycle. And when you get words in the echo that aren't supposed to be there, that's real-time EVP.
And yeah, again, the interesting thing is, if you just listen to the phonemes playing, it just sounds like whatever.
Yep.
And there is I guess the theory behind it is that as it starts to echo more and more and more, they may be able to manipulate it.
Mm-hmm.
But typically what we hear is, I don't really hear stuff like that. I hear either a straight up EVP, like the first time it said spinning wheel, which is just, and you can tell it's just that straight tone voice. It's not different, octaves or anything. It's just a voice. And then the second one wasn't in the echo either. It's what came out of the phonemes being generated, which shouldn't make words. I mean, it doesn't how it is.
All right, so Awoken
Echo Vox.
It's an Echo Vox. It's an app-based technology that it's been out for about 8 years now.
And let me say, I'm gonna interrupt real quick. When Jared brought this out, I'm the tech skeptic and how does it work? Why is it working? What are we expecting? And when he brought out, we're going to try this app, I was like, no way. We're not trying an app. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
But we did. And I looked into how it's working. There's no, it's not like the obvious where there's a dictionary or a word database. It does have phonemes. And what is it? Is it the Raven?
Danny Robert's Big Beard Studios. He created it and he sent it over to me and Ryan O'Neill from Haunted Scotland.
Yeah.
We got free copies of the first edition
version. Yeah.
And he said, I want you guys to test this out. And me and Ryan ran with it. And basically what you hear, that stuff, that is the Raven played backwards, chopped into 0.35 second increments, thrown into a random generator,
right,
and then thrown out into 6 more random generators and scattered.
So when you think about the probability, when you think about probability now with how that's created, for you to be at a spinning wheel, first off, all right, and then saying, hey, can you tell me what this is? Hearing an EVP come through and say spinning wheel, and then the phonemes actually lining up to say spinning wheel is odd to me. Now, I will tell you right now, I do not understand, and it's what bothers me the most about it, how they could manipulate the phoneme generation, the randomization. It doesn't compute with me. But I also can't argue with, as often as we've used it, how relevant
the
responsive have been. I mean, if anybody goes back and watches the Gresham, just watch them both, but watch the first Gresham video investigation that we have on here. You will hear entire sentences that should never have come out of this thing. Ever, period.
I mean,
they blow your mind. They should make you wonder what happened in this location.
In the past, we've been using this thing, and I've never heard it say this. Never. In all my years of using this thing, 8 years it's been in our arsenal. Even when we were retired and I would go mess around at a graveyard or a battlefield, I'd still use the Echo Box. And it never said this. And we were at Gresham, Commodore Isaac Mayo. You guys were addressing Commodore Isaac Mayo. So hold on, Kindred. I'll answer that. Okay. They are expensive, but it's worth it. Hold on. Steve, I'll answer that in a second. But so there's questions behind Commodore Isaac Mayo's death. All right. And our sensitive Ed is starting to get a niggy.
Yep.
And through the box, it says it was 2 black people. It was 2 black people.
And the other interesting thing is
5 relevant words to what our sensitive was feeling.
but it's more than just that. So obviously the statement is interesting, right? But when you think about the technology, what's going on there? There's different tracks, so there's like different octaves of voices.
Yep.
Typically, like if you listen to that spinning wheel again, it's two different octaves of a voice. All right, it's spinning wheel, kind of like that. It's two different. The kicker is those statements. A lot of them in Gresham were all one continuous,
and it actually had a colonial accent.
And that's what I guess intrigued, bothered me about it. It bothers me. Echovox bothers me. Like it really, really bothers me because I can't understand how they what do you want to call it physically? How they possibly could.
You can't debunk it.
I haven't been able to debunk it. I haven't. And Jared, I'll sit out and just let that thing run and be like, I don't hear anything. I'll just sit there, and just let it run in the garage. Like I'm getting nothing. But I will say, you like that one. Those entire sentences. Those filthy federals stole my life from me, or something like that. Like that was an entire sentence in one voice that came through out of the Echovox.
Filthy federals stole my life from
me. It was more than that. Those filthy, I can't remember, something like, I don't know. It was, go watch it, guys. Go watch Gresham episode 1 on this channel. You'll hear. You want to hear how the Echovox works?
Episode 3, part 1.
All right, go ahead. Kindred.
Anybody's in here and you're interested in seeing Echovox in action and what it can really do, episode 3, part 1 is it's a good one for it. But
and I will say,
Kindred, what I would like you to do if you're looking to get it, now think about it. If you were going to get a brand new spirit box or ghost box, how much would that cost? $79 for SB7, right?
It is
$79 for an SB7, depending for your Prime membership plus shipping.
Right? I do want to add some caveats here. So, if you're looking for something simple to use, and I guess more well understood, the spirit box is out there. SB7. I would suggest detuning it. I definitely would suggest adding a noise gate. And I like the delay pedal.
Oh, yeah.
So you can actually hear addition. It said multiple times what it was saying. But you want simple? That is simple. The Echovox
is very complex.
Yeah. If you take the time to learn each part of it, it's not that bad. If you just understand what you're doing. A lot of people get in there and they don't.
You definitely
adjust the mic gain. If you don't adjust the mic gain, you're going to get the feedback, and that's what kills everybody most of the time. They're like, I'm not using this. It doesn't even work. You just turn the mic gain all the way down and turn it up till you just hear your voice echoing in the echo. You're good. And then you just adjust your track speeds and activate your tracks how you want. I think the 2.0, you cannot turn off tracks. The 3.0 has more tracks, and you can actually choose to turn them off or on. And so it's 6 with 3.0 and 4 with 2.0. I have 2.0 on mine. You have both, don't you?
I have both. I have the original version of 2.0 and I have 3.0. But what I was going to tell Kindred, if you're looking for a new ghost box, you're going to spend a lot of money. $19.99 is not that bad for something that actually works. Yeah. For something that actually works, and what you need to do is you need to play with it before you take it out into the field, because it gets you have to get accustomed to it. There's so many options that you have to have your setting which works. And
yeah, good. Sorry,
I adjusted on the fly when we're there.
Yeah. I will say, I think that's a statement that should be across the board, period. Before you go investigate with anything you got, you should be going in your home where hopefully there's no activity, or go somewhere where you're confident there's no activity, or as confident as you can be, and baseline your tech. Understand how it works, use it, and then take it out so you have something to show against. You know what I'm saying?
Brent,
Good. Oh, is it bluegrasses?
I got a message from Joe the other day. He's worried about taking his antenna out of his SB7.
And so I see, Bluegrass asked the same thing. So first off, with the SB7 antenna removal, you can put it right back if you want to.
You can put it back if you want.
It's so simple to do it. It's really easy. So technically, there is still ability for it to pick up FM. Now, you're not removing the AM antenna. You're just removing the FM antenna.
So
right? When you look at a radio, it has AM, FM. There's two different antennas there.
Say this is my SB7, right? On the back, you'll have 4 screws.
You know what? I will do a video. They're out there. I mean, you can do. There's probably YouTube videos that show you how to do it. But I'll do a video just as a tutorial for this channel and say, here's how you detune, which is just a fancy word for saying remove your antenna from your SB7.
And basically, when you get it open, there's an antenna that's running in there, and it's got a screw holding it. You remove that screw, and you move your antenna.
Then put the screw back in so you don't lose it, and then close it back up and screw it together, and you're done.
That's a good question there, Joe.
Oh, what is Joe's question? I'm proponent for whatever. I switch back and forth.
Personally, Joe, I like AM. Now that we started using our Ghost Box with the noise gate and the echo delay, I like AM. I really do. I think it has a good, clean sound to it. Again, if you remove your antenna, you're not going to remove 100% of AM. What's up, Randy?
Well, you're not going to remove 100% of FM. AM has a completely different antenna altogether. You can remove that from the AM side, but you're not going to be able to put it back. Period. That's not those solder in, so that'll be a completely different mod. We do not do that, but you're not going to get as much on the AM sweep. Typically, it just depends where you're at, but
exactly. That's why I like a detuned AM, because there's less false readings, false responses coming through, less radio bleed. You know, so the more we as investigators don't use radio bleed as responses is a good thing.
I agree. I 100% agree. I think if you are using radio bleed as response, and this is just me personally, then there's criticism that you're going to get no matter what, because it's just radio bleed and your ear hears stuff. And there is that. It's not called pareidolia. It's a different statement for hearing. Pareidolia is for vision, but the counterpart to that for hearing is the same. Now, anybody could also say, "Oh, you're just hearing that." Whatever you hear in EVP is just pareidolia of audio. But we've gotten some really clear EVPs to show that EVPs are real. Try the lease. I will stand. Try the lease is the clearest EVP we've ever gotten, and I don't care what anybody says. It sounds like a person just talking like we are right now, and it wasn't any of us. But
what about Gut Zeit?
Gut Zeit, that was super clear. And who was in there speaking? None of us were speaking German.
I can't even speak.
I played that for my neighbor right here last Halloween. Like, we were out there, for the trick or treaters, and I was like, "Hey, check this out. She's German, literally from Germany." And I was like, "What do you hear?" She's like, "Gut Zeit, good time." And I was like, "Thank you. That's awesome."
So Joe says he normally runs FM and uses about the speed of 150. So, Joe, if you go ahead and make that ghost box like I've been telling you to do, right? You get the things that you need to do. You can take that antenna out, right? You can run that sucker at 350,
Yeah.
and you're gonna love it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you stumbled across this. Away, come on.
I want to comment on this one. So Kindred back here, I've had it pinned here. He made a statement, and dude, brother Steve, I totally agree with you. All right, he makes a statement. I just hate spending money on apps. I wasted money on necrophonics.
Exactly.
Hold on. You just heard what I said. When Jared brought this out, I was like, an app? Come on. But if you can trust that we're not steering you wrong, we're not getting any money from them making, from that app being sold. We do test things to the fullest. We wouldn't use it if it didn't show to us that it's legit. Exactly. I can't explain it to you, and I hate telling you guys, hey, I believe this works without being able to explain it. But if you don't even turn on the phoning portion of it, the app still runs, and it actually allows your phone, it makes your phone allow that microphone to play through the speaker and create a loop. So you can just sit there without using the phonemes. You can keep them off, and actually you can speak so you can hear yourself, and then talk and capture live EVPs.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it's going to happen all the time, because how often do EVPs happen? But you could use that tool to sit down there and put a speaker on it and speak, and they potentially could speak right back to you. You could hear EVPs real time and now have a real time conversation, which is exactly what all of us should be looking to do.
Exactly.
That's the point, is not to have to go back and listen and review and hear what was said. Now, with that being said, I will let you know, we're still, we still have things we're trying to work out and figure out. A lot of times we have to go back to review and we're like, oh my gosh, do you hear what it said to you guys? You hear, it was communicating right there. It said an entire sentence and none of us even heard it, with the Echovox. So
it depends, Steve. It depends. Now,
yeah, I would say this 3.0. It seems to kill it every time I hit the.
It depends. It depends on what operating software you have. If you have Apple, 3.0 sucks.
Yeah.
If you have Google or Android, good to go. What is wrong with Necrophonic? All right, so basically,
now, hold on. This is going to be opinionated. This is our opinion.
This is just our opinion. Yes, if you have Android, Steve, get it, because I'm telling you, the $19.99 is going to be worth it.
I agree.
Play with it at your house. There's a video on our channel on how to set up your Echovox. I did it myself. So check that video out. If you want to message me on Facebook, I'll send you the link. But get Echovox. You'll definitely love the $19.99 that you spent. Again, we're not getting money from it. I'm just trying to help the field with better version 3.
It's $25 now. No kidding. But again, I still agree. $25. If you want a tool that is versatile, you have the fact that you have the ability to change the settings should be a big cue. And I'm gonna comment one thing on Necrophonics. All right, I'm not big on the Necrophonics app. First off, it's a word database, and they claim that an electromagnetic field triggers different words depending on how strong. There's no ratio to what level of milligauss is actually triggering the word the or but or I'm right here, all that. How does it work? So there's no real explanation, which makes me think that it is very much just trying to take advantage of you. If you go to Big Bear YouTube channel,
Big Beard,
it gives you a rundown and tells you this is what I did. It's exactly exactly how it works. This is how you adjust. I mean, he's like legit.
Go ahead. Keep going. I'll be right back. I'll bring my Echovox right now.
All right, yeah, go grab it. So with the necrophonics, I did some research on it, and it's not really an electromagnetic field that seems to be setting off, but more of a, you know, what your phone can address, and that's a magnetic field. All right, and there's a slight difference there, right? So I would implore anybody who has the necrophonics app to get a magnet and, you know, be careful. I mean, maybe not use a phone that you really care about or a device you 100% care about, and move that magnet away, you know, around your phone, and see if you get it to say a word. You know, is it just random, or is it actually being affected by a magnetic field? If it's an electromagnetic field, well, turn a fan on like I have in my garage and walk up to it and put it up there. You should get some kind of response because it's saying how it works, you know? So either it does work and you can get it to trigger, in which case then you can start actually getting a measurement of, okay, well, at this level for my, you know, EMF source, I'm at, you know, 10 milligauss. And if I put my phone here, it actually triggers the word, you know, birthday. Okay, now you're starting to build an understanding of what it's actually doing. To me, I don't know. I'm skeptical, very skeptical of it. Of course, I'm skeptical of all this anyways, but. Ghost Tube will be affected by a magnet, Joe. Again, okay, because that's what this device is affected by. You know, your compass is affected by a magnetic field. The compass in your phone, it's just a magnet. So if you can trigger your Ghost Tube to say a word, then it'd be interesting to find different levels of permanent magnet strengths and see how your distance with each one of those different magnetic sources actually affects what word comes out.
So, all right, that's what she looks like, and you'll have
Woken. You and me, bro.
You'll have this, which I always like to keep these on the slow side, but you can set them up to however way you like them.
Yeah, so that right-hand side, how he shifted, it's just a track. The right-hand side of the track is slow. Left-hand side is it's just a speed setting there.
And you'll hear that echo. This is the thing that bothers me.
That's the mic gain. So it's all the way up, you get that feedback. You turn it down. You know, I gave Jax a phone that I had this on. I hope she uses it. And I used to like it because, hold on, Jared. The one I gave her, the phone I gave her was a Samsung phone, and it had what's the little pen called, babe? The kind of pen that came out of the phone. You could use it.
I don't know what the hell they're called.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And I could actually grab that instead of using your finger and trying to turn it. Because sometimes it's like, come on, I'm saying turn. It was just quick and easy. Boop. I loved that.
So this right here, you'll hear me echo, right? You also, I'd like to set mine up for a 0.97 delay. I don't know why. Danny told me to check out 0.97.
He's the creator, so.
He's the creator, so I was like, all right.
Yeah, like a Samsung Note. Yeah, Samsung Note. That's exactly what it was.
Do you see this? If you get your Echovox,
I don't even mess with the reverb.
That's all the reverb settings. Now, Danny, who created it, this is his settings. This is what he uses. This is called the dead talk.
So
that's settings. Everything is set the way he said to do it.
I will say this, that I am not a fan of the reverb. I don't think reverb in anything helps you understand a word clearer. It just sounds creepy and cool. That's just my opinion. So show it off if you're going to show it off, like what you're doing. If you change something, show what it is.
All right.
So you just said the channel blend.
Auto blend.
And what you're hearing there is the phonemes.
Auto blend is
generated.
blending the 6 channel banks. Now, if you shuffle, it makes it even more random because it goes through all of them. You'll see it. It'll flip to the other side and all that stuff.
And it's bouncing between those tracks, kind of in a random motion, depending on what speed you want it to. And again, pause it real quick. The goal of the phonemes is, when you talk to Danny, it's not to instantly produce a word with those phonemes. Like, it's not your goal is not to hear it say, "Hi, I'm right behind you," coming out of those phonemes. No. Its goal is to put those phonemes into an echo loop.
Exactly.
And his theory behind it is that they could, if they can manipulate something in a spirit box, and I say that, and I'm going to get to that in a second, but if they can manipulate that to put their voice into it, and again, he's talking about like using a non-detuned spirit box. So taking actual radio chatter, actual radio programs, and creating words. That was his theory behind it. Now, again, if you notice when Jared was doing the echo portion, echo, the echo is automatic. That echo is live. So
this right here was the original.
That's the one I like actually most.
This is the original. I've carried this over from other phones. This is the original Echo Box. The first 2. Hey, Christina, hi. So, Kindred, if you're looking at this one, you can get sort of the same thing. However, you only get 4 control banks, an echo, and then auto blend, not a shuffle.
Yeah.
No reverb.
All right. So no reverb. So there's I see why he made the 3.0, and I think there's benefit to it. I don't know.
He made the 3.0 because Danny is a guitarist and he loves reverb.
Yeah, exactly. He loves reverb. And someone just said, "Hey, it looks like a reverb pedal, or a guitar pedal." Danny's a music enthusiast. But with the 2.0, you're getting 4 tracks, which I think is honestly sufficient. All right. You really don't. Why do you need 6? I really don't know. If they're going to manipulate phonemes as they're being generated, then it doesn't matter if there's 6 or 4. The not having reverb isn't a big thing to me. One thing I do like about 3.0 is the ability to actually adjust the speed of the what is that? The feature you just showed. Shoot. The echo delay? No, not the echo delay. How it's mixing. You have have another speed control. So you have your speed, you have different speed control, your shuffle. So you have how quickly it's shuffling between them. Each one has its own speed setting, and then how quickly it's going to shuffle between them is a feature on the 3.0. So the customization is there. And really it's about what can you hear, not what anybody else can hear, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So you set it up however the blending, yeah.
It's all about your ear bettering your real-time communication on a
so that you can have a conversation real time, because that's what needs to happen is you guys individually need to be having real-time communication.
Steve, if you don't like the reverb, I would suggest the classic.
But just don't turn the reverb on the 3.0.
I like the reverb when it comes to Echo Box. because to my ear, it brings out more real time. That's for some reason I can hear real time 3.0 better when reverb's on than I can classic.
Yeah, I think the kicker comes to when
I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, and I mean everybody's ear is different, right? The kicker is if you're in a group, especially like our group is, where what we consider actual something happening, paranormal communication, you know, hey, do you guys hear this? So if my ear doesn't hear it, I'm like, dude, that reverb can make it say anything. You know, it's I don't know. It could just be anything. It does. So it trips me up. Well,
but I mean that's just, you know, if we Eli's going live Sunday. Joe has a premiere tomorrow.
and Three Souls has something going on too, right?
At 8:30. So everybody, please, Paranormal Side Joe. Everybody be in Paranormal Side Joe's premiere tomorrow. Everybody.
And then Three Souls had one when?
Tomorrow as well. I'm going to share that out as well. Three Souls has something going on tomorrow. Greenville Manor, old funeral home, I think. So, but that's because, you know, we're all just sitting around having a good time talking.
I know, dude. We said we were going to keep this below an hour. You and I committed to that. We promised each other we would keep it below an hour this time.
Good. We were going to, but then we started talking about the Echo Box, and it never.
You get us going, dude. Yeah. We love you guys.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're all about, you know, trying to help out folks, you know, and you know, I've heard people say things about me, and it's okay. You can think those things, but I know who I am, and I know what I can do for this field. I'm not all about just views and stuff like that. I'm about doing better things for this field. So
yeah, and I will say, all right. So
I say to use the EchoVox, we use the EchoVox because we've tested it out thoroughly, and it's part of our routine. And if it didn't pass our testing, it wouldn't be part of it. Correct?
Yeah. What's Randy saying here, Brent? He said, but he didn't mean it. LOL. I don't know. I will say this, going back to helping. All right, so helping everybody in this conversation we're having here. There's a lot of different things that we like to get involved with everybody and trying to help this field out. One, the different theories and understanding, bringing this, you know, trying to bring this from a pseudoscience into a science, and with into a scientific way of looking at things and trying to figure out, not just taking this widget out and saying, "Oh, yay, the lights blinked. I got a ghost." Understanding what you're actually doing, what your devices are, and trying to actually figure out, what are they?
Look, oh my goodness, the lights are blinking. My vape mod's a ghost.
Yeah, no, it's just a magnet. And then also, you know, first off, I love capitalism. I'm all about anybody making money if you can make $1. But I'm also about, if you don't have
the funds
dollars to get some gear,
especially in
I like to be able to say,
in this Joe-inflation era, right?
So that's why we come up with, this is the technology out there. I'm going out there, I'm looking at it, I'm seeing what they're doing, and I'm coming back to you guys and saying, this is what they're charging $300 for. Here's the same thing that you can buy or build yourself for $30.
Yep.
So that's the type of stuff we're doing. So if anybody has questions about that, hey, I want this gear, I want something that does this, but I can't afford it. hit us up. Put a comment.
Yeah, Jared Tracy on Facebook or Jared Paranormal, Pasadena Paranormal on Twitter. You can message me anytime. We're willing to help, and I would rather see folks getting the equipment that they need in their hands at a cheaper price than paying what folks are charging, because when it comes down to it, that's going to help this field out.
Yeah, the more we can get, and I think the more technology gets out. All right, so when you have these things getting out there, and maybe you see it on TV, or a handful of people have it, because no one can afford it, then the more people we get with that kind of technology out in the field using it, the better. It doesn't have to be that $500 widget. If you can build it or buy something that does the same exact thing for $20-$30, then use this instead. It doesn't have to look fancy,
Hey, I have 4 of these. I have 4 of these right now. If anybody wants an EM pump, message me. Shipping. That's all. I'll make you one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make you one.
And don't just and besides that, I always pitch this. Don't just use something because you see someone using it.
Yep.
Question what it is, how it works, what is the expectation of it, why do you think that works for this field, and test it. Control your environment.
Always
understand what it's doing. If you're using a K2, then you should know what EMF is and how it is, produced by man and maybe affected and occurring naturally. And you can then assess your environment and see if something could be triggering this other than a spirit. And then you get to question, why EMF? It should be a question. Why is that meter spiking? I can talk about it, but I'm curious if everybody else can.
We'll save that for Nugget.
Me and Nugget get into that stuff big time.
So if y'all don't know, Brent and Nugget have a little Thursday conversation where they get deep into it. Hey, I'm sorry, Dan. Dan text you. I haven't been on Instagram in a while because guess who runs the Instagram page? She's in there watching Patrol Live right now. She's got her own channel to worry about.
Steve, Kindred, the plasma ball. I've actually, babe, my wife can attest to it. We were at Kohl's the other day, and I seen one, and I was like, "Ooh, I want to buy this," and I didn't because it was $35, and I'm just a cheap bastard, and I'm like, "Dang it, I don't want to spend $35 on this," But has anybody used one? I mean, that's a serious amount of I believe the plasma ball helps like an EM pump. Well, it is an EM pump essentially. It's just pumping out. Mm-hmm. Anytime you have it, anytime you have a charged particle moving anywhere, you're creating an electromagnetic field. I don't care if it's in a conductor or passing through the air. You're creating an electromagnetic field. So, yes, that plasma ball is an EM pump. The kicker is that plasma ball has to plug in, to work. It has to produce a large amount of energy.
Real paranormal there.
Do what?
Get spooky. Stephanie. Get spooky. She uses that often.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. So she's part of the Real Paranormal crew. If you haven't subscribed to Get Spooky, go ahead and do that. No BS.
But again, it's so if it's not the fact that it's a plasma ball, all right. It's the fact that it could be, if it's going to work. Is it because it's a plasma ball? Because you have these. It's just because you have excited electrons that are creating an electromagnetic field. If they can use that, then that fan that Jared just showed could produce the same thing. Now the question is, how many milligals does it take for them to actually be beneficial? That's another question.
So I can't wait to break these out September 17th. Again, next week, no BTI. I would like for everybody on BTI tonight to be over on our live next Saturday, September 17th, because we'll be Randy, we use the cat balls. We had a video earlier when you were gone, brother, showing some cat balls off. They're part of our routine. We've tested them out, and I feel they're as well as Brent. I feel they're legitimate.
Yeah. Why?
We don't know.
I haven't quite figured it out yet, because if they're moving, if it's going off, it's because there's kinetic energy that's been put into them. So how much kinetic energy? I get nerdy when I think about this stuff. Like, why? Why is that going off? But I can also look into, has this natural environment produced something that could set it off? And I've seen it where it's been like, absolutely not. And it still went off. So it is a very interesting one. Kindred, you said, what if a spirit touches that the glass on the plasma ball? I mean, if they can use a capacitance, a sensor, anything that's using capacitance,
very cool.
then that would be what happened. You know, it's the same thing.
The same thing with the with the xylophone we used at Rising Sun, and the Bible box that we have, the capacitance.
Yep. The Bible box is ultrasonic. The Theremin
with the LEDs, which we did get some action.
That one wigged me out. And it sucks. We didn't get it on camera.
How did that just happen?
That one time it did, and I was like, that should never have happened, period, at all. I can 100%. I built that myself. I know how it works. It never should have done that. It flipped me out.
Randy, go ahead and use them. Go ahead and use them. I think it's a good purchase, especially if you can get them at Smart.
Is it the cat balls you're talking about? And they're cheap.
Yep.
They're not expensive.
Don't go to Amazon, because right now, if you look at Amazon, it says cat balls also used for ghost hunting, and they're $12.99 for two.
Yeah.
If you go to PetSmart, you can get two for $7.
And you know, I've seen investigators, and I think this is a good way to do it. You know, we typically just set them out kind of randomly in different rooms, because we usually do these really large places, so we want to give the opportunity. But if you honestly can get enough and put multiple of them out,
yep.
All right. If you put multiple, scatter them out a little bit, but in a general area, and identify if multiple go off. Can you track a motion? You know, does it look like someone's walking through a hallway? Yep. And they're going off.
That's why we're creating a tripwire.
Yeah, there's so many different things we're working on. Yeah.
Kroger's has them for $3. Publix has them. Hey,
Publix has them. All right, Beth, we're coming to the end of it. We were supposed to stop 20 minutes.
Adventures with Beth. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I hope everything is well. So yeah, I want to run through some things before we get off of here. If you haven't seen the premiere from last Wednesday, go check it out. We have another premiere coming up Wednesday. You've heard us talk about Echovox dictation method.
I love that.
This is the first time that we ever used it.
And didn't you say that Danny heard about it and was like,
yeah. The creator of Echobox messaged me the other day, I'd say a month ago, and he was like,
yeah,
dude, I seen some things about you using Echovox with dictation app, and let me tell you, bro, that's amazing.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny. I'm gonna plug my boy Douglas here, Darkwater. When I first brought that up, we brought it up on a BTI. I'm like, you know, we should try using a dictation app with our Echobox. and even the spirit box, right? And
Yep.
he just jumped on it, got to it before we did, and started having success. And I'm like, my brother, yes. And when we get this tech, when we start doing this type of stuff as a community and bouncing off ideas and results with each other, we actually help this community and build our understanding of technology and tweak it and make it better.
Beth is up top, Crafty. Crafty, you're right there. So I was just saying hi to both. New channel since she was hacked. Everybody, please subscribe to Beth. She started a new channel. So everybody, she's blue. Click her name. Hit that subscribe button. So, again, raw, unedited, last Wednesday. Check it out. I'd like to hear what people think is going on in that, because there's a lot of things going on interaction-wise from last Wednesday. Also coming up Wednesday, 9:15, we have a Echo dictation. There's a lot of things in there, especially things that dictation picked up. So I hope to see everybody there as well.
Can I interrupt real quick? I'm just confused about a statement here. So Beth says, I am Beth, and I get that. Is Adventures with Beth is a different Beth, though, right? If not, then that's what's confusing me. Anyways, all right, back to it.
Adventures with Beth has been in here a couple times, but this is her new channel.
Right.
So I think it's the same Beth.
Okay. All right.
Beth is Crafty. Hold on.
So Adventures with Beth and Crafter on a budget is the same person, is what we're saying here? Even though they're both in this chat. So which one got hacked? Look, we're just trying to prolong. Look, yeah, I know. Dude, I got them too.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'll tell you, there was 3 of these before these 4.
That's how I was. Yep. All right. I'm gonna shut up. If I don't stop talking, we'll never get off of here.
I'm confused. Oh. Well, Crafty Beth, thank you. You have confused me.
What's my job?
They're empty, Bluegrass. I can't. I've already.
Those are empty bottles.
They have been slammed already. All right. So
that's my last bit.
Joe from the paranormal side, he's in the chat. He's got a premiere tomorrow at 8:00 from Octagon Hall. Who was the other one, Brent?
You got 3 souls.
3 souls.
Joe, and
who's got a video?
Someone else was there, yeah.
I know somebody had a video coming out tomorrow.
Joe, 3 souls, and somebody else.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm a cunt.
Jesus loves you, Jared. Jesus loves you.
I know he does. Joe, who else had a video tomorrow? Golly.
Everybody subscribe to everybody and get on their community tabs if they have them, or look at what they've got posted.
Exactly. My goodness.
Set your notifications so you're well aware of who's coming up.
Yep. So that's it for tonight.
Kindred, you're getting me going.
What'd he say?
Something I thought of was trying to ask a spirit to type on a tablet or phone. I don't think it will work though. And you and I had the same thought. It's interesting because if they can use a magnetic field.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm shutting up so you can show.
Hey, next Saturday, when
You
we're
want
in
to
a
try it?
when we're in a hotel room and Jackie says another 1 hour and 45 minutes.
My fault.
You.
I will take the bullets, man.
It's
You
on
won't listen.
you. It's not on me. It's
I
on
know.
you.
I know.
All right. So, what I'd like everybody to do, okay, Kendra, this is going back to your question. What I would like everybody to do is to close their phone, get a really strong magnet.
It's key.
Really strong magnet. You could take a magnet, right? Put it on a screw, and you can open up your phone and type words with that magnet.
Oh, that's your phone near the mic.
And why is that? Because a high EMF to your smartphone is like human touch.
So, the kicker is, first off, if you're going to put a strong magnet near your phone, it's on you if something happens. The other thing is, I'm skeptical about it because of a strong magnetic field. Now, there's, yes, an electromagnetic field. There's a magnetic field obviously
Test
involved.
it out, Bluegrass. I'm telling you, grab a good magnet, turn your phone off, close it down, and you can open it up with a magnet.
Right. But the thing is,
Night Awoken. Thanks
again,
for
if they are able to do that, now some phones work on capacitance, the older ones especially. So there'd be some different theories of thought of how they could do it. But I will tell you this, if you've got your lights on and the wires are going through the wall, there's an electromagnetic field. If you put your phone over there, it should not do any, you're not going to move your phone. You're not going to be able to dial a number or open your phone with it. So there's a difference in understanding with that strong static magnetic field from that magnet is different. All right, it's not. So how could they? I don't think they could either, but we haven't tested it.
So I was able to send Brent a text message that said, "Hello, I am Jared."
Yep.
With a
magnet. And again, that's not saying that a spirit could do it. It's just understanding the tech capabilities and what could.
Strong magnet will do it, Steve. Test it out.
It needed static, possibly grounded.
All really strong earth magnets, and you'll be able to see. It's very interesting. And we were thinking about creating a app.
So static, by the way, static is just an electric field. Static electricity. It's just a static electric field. And again, good. I'm just going to say, with those type of questions, Kendra, and anybody else who has them, postulate on them, get them going, and then do a test, because a lot of that you can create, and test, and like, okay, can I do something with this? I would suggest getting a old phone that you don't care about as much, and before you just start messing around. But
we were throwing around the idea of creating a Pasadena Paranormal app.
Yeah.
Using that theory of basically just a yes/no. You have the yes/no device. Well, we were going to create a yes/no app that,
it was just the ability to say, hey, if they can touch it, do this, do that. And then we evolved to it with an app that went from yes, no, and then maybe you could actually program your own things into it, words, and knowing how it works, you'd be able to say, hey, if they can use this, then they could if they could say yes or no, then they could actually type out and write out an entire sentence.
Exactly.
But you have the tech in your hand. And Awoken, we all thought we were getting off. we just can't. All right, we should just save anything else for another conversation.
Joe says the funny thing is I text you every day with the magnet. You know what? Joe, my big magnet, my strong magnet, is at work. So Monday I will text you with one, and I'll send you a video of it. It's all right. It's all right. But thanks everybody for coming in. Have a good weekend. Again, Joe is live tomorrow. Three Souls is live tomorrow. I'll be sharing them all out in the community, as I always do, because that's what real family does.
That's right.
And I hope everybody joins us next week at 2 Mile House. I hope everybody jumps in Wednesday night for the EchoVox Dictation premiere. It's the first time we used it. And big things are coming. We have episode 6 coming. We have episode 7 coming. Dan Tech, thank you for coming in. You have a good weekend too.
Let me add one real quick. For anybody who hasn't checked out Go Get 'em Gadgets, that's Nugget from Go Get 'em Paranormal. Check his channel out. He's just getting it started. I get on there with him on Thursdays. We've had 2 episodes. We just had one this week. Now we get into more of the tech and science side and theory side of what we're really potentially dealing with.
Yep.
So if you like that kind of conversation and you want to interact with us with your thoughts, Awoken's in there. So we'd love to see everybody else get in there too and give your thoughts and so forth. And again,
Joe,
on the same level as this, trying to do what?
I said Joe would probably like that Thursday night.
Thank you, Kendra. Yep, that's it. Go get him, guys.
Kendra, I'm gonna share your link out in the community tomorrow. All right. I'm gonna put your link out there. Put a nice little picture of your channel out there. I'll put it out there. See if we can maybe get you a few more subs and you keep doing what you're doing, bro. You're part of the crew. All right. I appreciate you. Yep, I got you. I'll do it first thing in the morning. I'll remember. Don't worry. It doesn't matter how it doesn't matter how many of those are happening tonight. I'll still remember.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. But that's about it.
Yeah, let's call it.
I'm probably going to go in and get yelled at.
My wife's right next to me working, so I'm not going to.
Liz, could you text Jackie and tell her not to yell at me, please?
she did this. She's like, "You're on your own, brother."
Right. Adventures with Beth. I'm going, as soon as I get off of here, I will subscribe to your channal.
Is Adventures with Beth crafty or not? What just happened?
That's crafty, but we're
okay.
You know what I'm saying, Daytex? I'm getting ready to get yelled at. I've been putting this off for an hour and, well, actually about 30 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. He crossed that 10 minutes over mark and was like, "Oh, this is going to suck."
Oh, man.
Jackie, be nice.
All right, folks. That's it. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Jared, how do you say this again?
Rosenhauer.
Wiesenbeer.
Right. So have a good weekend. So for me.
Love y'all. And Brent.
Pasadena Paranormal, Ed in Delaware, Jackie probably sleeping. We wish you would do. And we will not let you walk into that darkness alone. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.